There are three dark systems that rule your life. No matter how intelligent or aware you think you are, you will never fully escape them. Most people cling to the illusion of freedom because the truth is unbearable. They mistake noise, options, and comfort for liberty. Real control doesn't come with chains or guards. It arrives as convenience, as routines that feel natural, and choices already decided for you. The cage is invisible by design. When it's comfortable, you don't feel imprisoned, you feel normal. And normal is the most dangerous prison of all. From the moment you could observe the world, a silent force began shaping you. It whispered through praise, correction, and expectation. Certain desires were rewarded, certain fears were planted deep. Paths were celebrated or erased before you ever questioned why. This is System 1, the system of conditioning. It doesn't need force. It programs you so thoroughly that you police yourself. Education taught compliance before curiosity. Culture rewarded conformity while preaching individuality. Praise became your leash. Over time, you learn to censor your own thoughts and limit your own ambition. The most effective cage is the one the prisoner defends. Awareness of this system doesn't bring freedom. It brings friction, exhaustion, and social punishment for those who see too clearly. Many return to sleep not because they were wrong, but because resistance felt too lonely. The system doesn't destroy you. It simply tires you out. You cannot leave conditioning. You can only learn to maneuver inside it with cold awareness. Master the performance while guarding your interior. Comply when necessary. Stay silent when powerful. Let them believe you're aligned while you remain strategically detached. This is not liberation. This is survival. But conditioning is only the outer wall. There is something far more intimate waiting. System 2 doesn't come from schools or authority. It operates when you're alone, feeding directly on your inner life. This is the system of appetite. It doesn't command you. It makes you want. Endlessly, desperately, convincingly. From childhood, fulfillment was linked to acquisition. Attention became currency. Pleasure became proof you were winning. Your compass turned outward. Stillness began to feel like stagnation. Discipline felt like deprivation. Hunger replaced direction. Every satisfaction decays fast, demanding a new hit. You stay busy, chasing, consuming, displaying, all while calling it growth. The system thrives because desire feels personal, authentic, chosen. Control that feels like your own voice is never questioned. It disguises weakness as authenticity. Follow your feelings, honor your impulses, express everything, reveal yourself completely. The more you identify with your urges, the less control you have. Your nervous system becomes hijacked. Resistance starts to feel like harm. Focus fragments. Patience dies. You have endless access, but no command over yourself. This is not failure. This is the design. Appetite narrows your time horizon. It demands payment now. Long-term power becomes impossible when every gap must be filled immediately. Even awareness doesn't save you. Many intellectualize discipline while secretly feeding their cravings. The split creates shame that fuels it further. Appetite is powerful, but it feeds on something deeper, something older, something that waits patiently beneath. System 3 doesn't shape behavior or desire. It shapes who you believe you are. Once identity locks in, control becomes effortless. This is the system of self-image. Labels like victim, genius, outsider, warrior. They feel descriptive, but they are cages. Once you accept the story, you filter all reality through it. Supporting evidence is embraced. Contradictions are erased. You stop attempting anything that would fracture your self-concept. Identity doesn't need external guards. You guard it yourself. People defend harmful habits and limiting beliefs because abandoning them feels like psychological death. The system offers familiarity instead. Pride tells you your identity was earned, not installed. Superiority becomes the most reliable form of self-imprisonment. Shame works the same way. It locks you into roles you hate but cannot leave. The failure keeps failing. The outcast stays hidden. The system doesn't care if your identity is noble or pathetic. It only cares that it is fixed. Fixed identities are predictable, controllable. Conditioning trained you to fit the world. Appetite trained you to chase it. Identity trained you to remain the same inside it. True escape would require dissolving the self. Most people cannot bear that emptiness. They rush back into new labels and new stories. The three systems reinforce each other in a perfect closed loop. Pressure from outside, hunger from inside, certainty about who you are. Break one and the others compensate. There is no total collapse, only tension between awareness and continued function. You still live in the world, you still feel desire, but now you choose opacity over expression and position over rigid identity. Let them see what they need to see. Remain internally unresolved. In that unresolved space hides your only real leverage. What lies beyond is not enlightenment or freedom. Those are comforting stories. What lies beyond is colder, movement without attachment, action without belief, participation without surrender. Hold nothing too tightly, especially not certainty about yourself. The systems are always listening for certainty. Certainty is their entry point back in. Unease is the only honest state. You are not outside the system. You are shaped by it, fed by it, or slowly crushed beneath it. Most never discover which leash holds them. Look honestly at your life. Which system has been running you the longest without your notice? Conditioning, appetite, or the story you tell yourself? The cage was built long ago, but seeing it clearly is the first crack. Whether you choose to widen that crack is entirely up to you. Most won't. Comfort is too seductive, identity is too safe, hunger is too familiar. The systems know this better than you know yourself. They don't need your belief, they only need your consistency. Stay predictable and they remain invisible. Question everything and they become loud. The choice has always been yours, even when it didn't feel like one. Now you see the architecture. The rest is strategy in the dark. There is no final liberation waiting, only better navigation through shadows that were never meant to be escaped. Breathe into that truth, feel its cold weight. This is how the ones who truly see begin to move differently. Quietly, deliberately, without announcement. The systems hate what they cannot name or predict. You were never meant to be free in the way you imagined, but you can become something far more dangerous, aware. The game continues. The difference now is you finally understand the rules written into your own mind. Use this knowledge not to rebel loudly, but to position yourself where their influence grows weakest. In silence, in restraint, in the space between identities. That is where real power has always hidden. The three systems are ancient. They have claimed countless lives. Yours doesn't have to be next. Watch yourself. Observe the pull. Notice when conditioning speaks, when appetite rises, when identity tightens. Each time you catch them operating, you steal back a piece of territory they thought was permanently theirs. This is not a comforting message. Comfort is part of the trap. This is a cold, necessary one. The people who truly change don't announce it. They simply stop feeding the machines inside them. They become harder to read, harder to manipulate, harder to satisfy. That is the only victory available. Everything else is theater. Beautiful, seductive, deadly theater, designed to keep you performing. Step back from the stage when you can. Watch the performance from the dark instead of living inside it. The systems will keep running. Society will keep rewarding obedience. Desire will keep calling. Your task is not to destroy them. Your task is to stop being their perfect host. Carry this awareness like a hidden blade, sharp, quiet, always ready, never displayed for applause. The ones who see rarely speak about what they see. They simply move differently through the same world. That difference is everything. It is the only real freedom that still exists inside the machine. You have been warned. The choice was always yours. Now you can no longer claim ignorance. The systems are watching. They always were. The question is whether you will finally watch them back. With cold eyes, with steady breath, with the kind of clarity that terrifies those still asleep. This knowledge is dangerous. Use it carefully. Or let it fade and return to comfortable sleep. Most will choose the latter. The few who don't, they become something the systems can never fully own again. The darkness isn't outside you. It lives in the structures you mistook for yourself. See it, accept it, then move through it like a shadow among shadows, unseen, unbound, untouchable. There is no happy ending here, only a sharper way of existing inside the eternal game. The three systems wait patiently for your next unconscious move. Make it conscious. Make it deliberate. This is how the rare ones survive with their minds intact, not by fighting openly, by understanding completely. The cage is real. The key was never outside. It was the willingness to see the bars for what they are. Most minds shatter at that sight. A few grow colder and clearer. Which one are you becoming right now? The answer is in your next silent decision, not in your words, never in your performance. Stay awake. The systems never sleep, neither should you. Not anymore. You were told freedom was loud and bright. The real kind is quiet, dark, and terrifyingly honest. Choose it anyway. Or don't. The systems will accept either path, as long as you remain theirs. But now you know, and knowledge, once truly seen, is a crack that never fully closes. Walk with it. Live with it. Let it change how you move when no one is watching. That is where your power begins, in the unseen, in the unspoken, in the unshakable awareness. The three dark systems still govern this world, but they no longer have to govern you completely. Not if you remember this. Not if you feel the weight of these words in your bones. This is not motivation. This is a mirror held up in the dark. Look closely, then decide who you will be when the lights go out. The game is ancient. The players are few. Welcome to the real table. Play wisely, speak little, see everything. The systems are listening. Let them hear only silence. You already feel the shift, that cold clarity rising. Do not rush to name it. Let it settle deep. This knowing cannot be unknown. It will either free you or haunt you. There is no middle path. Most choose haunting because it feels familiar. The rare choose freedom because they finally see the cost of sleep. Your life is the proof. Every habit, every craving, every story you defend, they all belong to one of the three. Observe them ruthlessly. Starve them slowly. Move beyond their reach while still walking in their world. This is the way of those who see. Not louder, not brighter, simply deeper, colder, truer. The cage remains, but now you see every bar. That changes everything. Or it changes nothing. The choice is and always has been yours.